Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. I've got 9 o'clock. Margot, are you there?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Yes.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission meeting, March the 24th, 9 a.m. I'd like to remind everybody that this electronic meeting is being streamed live for the public to attend and recorded as a public record. The recording of this meeting will be available at www.ncwildlife.gov. Commissioners are reminded to say your name before making motions and seconds and before commenting. I'd like to call on Margot for a roll call.
Good morning. I'm going to do a roll call for commissioners present for our March 24th, 2026 meeting. Mark Craig.
Here.
Landon Zimmer. David Hoyle. John Coley. Wes Seegers. Tommy Fomble.
Here.
Tom Berry.
Here.
Brad Standback.
Here.
Jim Ruffin.
Here.
Ray Clifton. Steve Wyndham.
Here.
Monty Crump.
Here.
John Stone. Hayden Rogers. John Alexander.
Here.
Tom Hayslip.
Here.
J.C. Cole.
Here.
Mike Alford.
Here.
Joe Budd.
Here.
Reed Smith.
Here.
Justin Boyd.
And
Mr. Chairman, you have a
Margo
quorum.
Landon Zimmer's here as well.
Thank you. I've marked you present.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you all. I'd like to remind everybody of the mandatory ethics inquiry. North Carolina General Statute 138A15 mandates that the commission chair shall remind all commissioners of their duty to avoid conflicts of interest and appearances of conflict under this chapter. And the chair also inquires as to whether there is any known conflict of interest or appearance of conflict with respect to any matters coming before the commission at this time. It is the duty of each commissioner who is aware of such personal conflict of interest or appearance of conflict to notify the chair of the same. Being that there are none, I'd like to call on Corey Oakley, Inland Fishery Division Chief, to present temporary rulemaking.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. We will go through the spotted sea trout rule. We will go through public comments first, Exhibit A1. We did hold a virtual public hearing on February the 25th with 10 attendees, and then we held an in-person public hearing in Kinston on March the 10th with 7 attendees. You will see that 60 out of 119 total respondents, both online and in person, there were 61% do not support and 34% do support. Just to remind you, the rule is to close the season in inland waters from June 30th to June 30th of 2026 due to a cold stun event. This is consistent with the North Carolina Spotted Sea Trout Fisheries Management Plan. The season would open on July 1st if this rule was adopted in inland waters and hook and line fishing in joint waters. Staff do recommend approval, and the reason we recommend approval is we're trying to reduce confusion amongst our anglers. To give you an example of this, if you go to Dawson's Creek on the Neuse River right now and go to our boat ramp that is at Dawson's Creek and put your boat in there, you're actually putting in coastal waters, and you go about 200 yards upstream, you will be in inland waters, and you could catch and harvest sea trout right now. But in order to return to that boat ramp, you would potentially be in violation if you had those sea trout with you once you got back to the boat ramp. And so this is just to reduce confusion amongst our anglers. That's all I have, Chairman.
Thank you, Corey. Do I have a motion?
This is Joe Budd motion.
Landon Zimmer second.
Any discussion? Margo, I'll call on you for a roll call vote.
I'm going to do a roll call vote for Exhibit A2. Mark Craig.
Yes.
Landon Zimmer.
Yes.
David Hoyle. John Coley. Wes Seegers. Tommy Fomble.
Yes.
Tom Berry.
Yes.
Brad Standback.
Yes.
Jim Ruffin.
Yes.
Ray Clifton. Steve Wyndham.
No.
Bonnie Crump,
Yes.
John Stone, Hayden Rogers, John Alexander,
Yes.
Tom Hayslip,
Yes.
J.C. Cole,
Yes.
Mike Alford,
Yes.
Joe Bud,
Yes.
Reed Smith,
Yes.
Justin Boyd. Mr. Chairman, it passes by majority.
Thank you, Margot. I'd like to next call on Executive Director Kyle Briggs to present some Wildlife Resource Commission meeting schedule.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you all for being in attendance today on this special call meeting. As we discussed in the February meeting, there's a request to move the October 15th meeting this year to October, to move it to a different date because of a scheduling conflict. After talking with staff and commissioners, we recommend moving the October 15th, 2026 meeting to October 1st, 2026.
Thank you, Kyle. Do I have a motion for this?
So move, Alexander.
Second.
Thank you, Tom. Any further discussion? Margot, roll call vote, please.
I'm going to do a roll call vote for Exhibit B. Mark Craig,
Yes.
Landon Zimmer,
Yes.
David Hoyle, John Coley, Wes Seegers, Tommy Fonville,
Yes.
Tom Berry,
Yes.
Brad Standback,
Yes.
Jim Ruffin,
Yes.
Ray Clifton, Steve Wyndham,
Yes.
Bonnie Crump,
Yes.
John Stone, Hayden Rogers, John Alexander,
Yes.
Tom Hayslip,
Yes.
J.C. Cole,
Yes.
Mike Alford,
Yes.
Joe Bud,
Yes.
Reed Smith,
Yes.
Justin Boyd. Mr. Chairman, it passes.
Thank you, Margot. Like to thank everybody for their time this morning and remind you that weekend after next is opening Youth Day for Turkey. So please take a youth and mentor them in hunting. Hope you all have great success with that. No further comments from the chair. Do we have any comments from the executive director?
Just thank y'all for your time and for attending this special call meeting.
Appreciate it, guys. If there's no further business, I'll call this meeting adjourned.